So, today let's talk about the fearful avoidant. Now, the fearful avoidant is a cross between the anxious preoccupied and the dismissive avoidant. So, they have that need for love, anxious preoccupied, and they have that avoidant side where their emotions get too much and they pull away and avoid the partner for a limited time. So, it all stems from childhood, like all attachments do. Um, they were brought up with caregivers that predominantly showed love, but it was inconsistent love. So they couldn't trust the love that they were getting. They were kind of a bit, what's happening with this? It's like you're showing love, but then I'm not getting it here. I don't know where I'm going to get it, and I feel a bit lost with it. So that basically means a caregiver will be, they might be busy, they can't be around as much because obviously they're trying to do well in their work life to get money for the family, but not realizing that obviously the child is not seeing the parent as much, or the parent could be just over critical, you know, not realizing it. They're not showing as much love as the child needs, but they think they're doing the right thing by being critical and it's going to spur on the child, but the child doesn't see it quite that way. They just see it as, I'm never good enough, and why are you doing this? And of course, you can't blame the parents. They're just trying the best, like we all are. But that's where it stems from, and they get the betrayal wound from this, and they take that into adulthood. So with the betrayal wound, they think their partners in future, romantic partners, that they're going to leave, they're going to abandon them because they have that abandonment wound, that shame wound, that they're not good enough, that you know, they can't be loved because they feel that it's been inconsistent as a child. So what they do with the partner is they feel that the partner's actually going to do that to them. Um, so what they do is they'll test the partner, and with testing the partner, they want to see that you actually are going to be there for them. So what that means is they'll do little tests, because predominantly what the fearful avoidant wants is to know that they're secure, loved, and it's consistent from the partner. Now, these little tests, it's really important that the partner, when they say they're going to do something, they actually do it. I know obviously things happen in life and you can't do everything you're going to say you're going to do. Things happen, and you just got to try your best that if you're going to say something to the fearful avoidant, that you try to do it when you say you're going to do it. And if you can't do it, explain why you can't do it. It just shows the fearful avoidant that you are consistent, secure, and thinking of their needs. Now, with the fearful avoidant, they've got that push pull effect. As I said, it's the anxious side where they want love, and of course, it's the dismissive, avoidant side where they find it hard to deal with their emotions. Emotions are really, really difficult for the fearful avoidant to really sort of. They're scared of emotions. They like to suppress their emotions. So, if there's anything that they get triggered by from the partner, they won't talk about it. What they'll do is they'll push away from you because they just want to take that emotions away and suppress them. So what as a partner, what you have to do is you have to say what the issue is, what you feel's happened, explain your part in a secure, loving way, and respect their need that they're gonna push away for a bit. But what you do with that is you give them that space, but you come back to them and just say, I understand that you need some time, and this is my side of things, but I'm here when you need. And it just gives them that security that they can think about their emotions in their own time. And after a while, that anxious side comes back and the emotions come back, and that's when they want to connect with the partner again. Now, they might not be very good at talking about what's actually happened. It they can be and they can't be, but as emotions are very difficult for the fearful avoidant. So while maybe an anxious, preoccupied person is absolutely brilliant at expressing their emotions, I mean, they could talk about their emotions for 3 days, no problem. You know, I'm anxious, preoccupied myself. All we want to do is just share everything about ourselves to our partner, like all the time. But the fearful avoidant, they've got that shame wound, so they don't want to show any weakness to the partner. I mean, they do show vulnerability to the partner, depending on how far they've actually come in their process to trying to be more secure. But they do feel that shame wound of they don't feel loved, they feel like they're going to get abandoned. So they do predominantly feel that the partner's going to let them down at some point, hence the betrayal wound. And why they actually test the partner. They will actually test the partner to see that you're going to do what you say. And once they've done that, they're always looking for something wrong in the relationship because they feel that it's going to go wrong. So they keep moving the goalposts again and again and again. So you might do this, 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 and they'll be like, that'll really soothe the fearful avoidant. They'll feel so much better. But then what they do is they won't stop there. They'll think, okay, well, after a time of soothing, that anxious comes back. So they have to test again and show more tests. So it's a constant move of tests of the goalposts. And also, what they do is they get super critical of the partners. Now, they do this. One, it's a test as well, because if they criticise you and then you disappear, they'll be like, yeah, well, I knew it. They've gone. They don't love me. They've gone. But if you stay and you are secure and take it as what it is, but you also express that, okay, I'm not happy with this, but you do it in a nice, calm, excuse me, nice, calm, secure way, that will soothe the fearful avoidant. Now, the fearful avoidant, emotions are very difficult for the fearful avoidant. So, especially when they're not at that secure stage, maybe it depends if they've had therapy or any self help, which you really must do. As any attachment that is insecure, you must try and improve yourself um, to get as good as you can. So, with that being said, what we'll do is, because they feel that shame wound, they're going to get abandoned, they give you tests. They're not very good with their emotions, expressing their emotions. So what they'll do is, what will they do? That is a good question. So what the fearful avoidant will do is they'll criticise the partner, as I said, again and again and again, just to test you. But they also criticise because they have boundaries, but they're not good at expressing the boundaries because, as I said, that's emotions, and they hate conflict. The fearful avoidant cannot stand conflict because they feel that loss of abandonment. They're going to be abandoned. They're not loved, so they hate conflict because they don't want you to see any of their frailties. They always want to show the best side of them. So validation is something they use in their earlier stages when excuse me, when they've not done as much work as maybe they could. So maybe they'll go on social media. Now, studies show that social media is predominantly a thing where a fearful avoidant can get validation from people they don't know very well, surface level. So with that, you don't have that emotional connection. The other person has got no needs from the fearful avoidant, so that soothes the fearful avoidant. The fearful avoidant in a relationship, you see, once you start a relationship, it's all fun. But as soon as you have got needs and expectations from the faithful avoidant, that's when they start to have that push-pull effect, because they don't like the emotions, because it scares the faithful avoidant. So what they'll tend to say is, oh I don't like this. I just want this to be fun, and that's what they'll say at the beginning of the relationship. Now, if they do the work and through time it does change, and of course that will stop. And the faithful avoidant, they really do want love, and they will do everything they can to give you what they can give. You know, they really do try really hard, and you can see the love and how much they actually put into it. But just realise that they do struggle with emotions, talking about it, because they've got a shame wound, a fear of abandonment, and they don't trust love. You know, 'cause it's unpredictable from their childhood, so they see it as unpredictable in their adulthood. So, with that being said, the faithful avoidant, with counselling, with self help, they can get more secure as the relationship goes on. And through time, they're going to trust the partner if you're predominantly there for them and understanding. You know, it's just going to soothe them. So, being said with that, like I said, it's they can suffer addictions, you know, like alcohol. Same with the social media. It's this though, it's a dopamine hit, and I guess social media is a dopamine hit because you're not it's surface level, so they can suffer addictions as well. I mean, studies show that. So yeah, just let me know what you think. Um, Next time, what we'll do is we'll do dismissive avoidant. So if you could like, share, and of course, if you're not, follow. I like to point, but please follow. And I'll see you on the next video. See you in a bit.